Hey, how y'all doing? Welcome and welcome back. Welcome to Seek to See podcast. How y'all doing? I hope y'all are doing well. Well, today is Saturday, April 12th, and it is 8 o'clock in the evening here in southern Georgia, Savannah, Georgia. Let me say that. It's about 66 degrees right now because it's in the evening time, but today was beautiful. It was like around, I want to say like 75, close to 80 today. It was gorgeous outside today, and it was not hot. It was not like that 80s hot, 80 degrees hot. It was more like just a nice little settled breeze, 80 degrees today. So I was really happy about that. So I hope y'all are doing well. I'm doing fantastic. I know I don't get over here as much as I would like to, but I'm going to start doing that. You know, today, what was it, last week, my brother had a heart attack, and he had to have open heart surgery. And that was an eye-opener for me, because first of all, we have to take care of our bodies. Please, please, please take care of our bodies. As we get older, now you young folks, this is for you too. Okay, so came up on my phone. But this is for you all too. Take care of your bodies early, okay? Because all the drinking, smoking weed, and popping pills and all that, I promise you, on everything I love, that stuff is gonna come back on you as you get older. You're gonna see the effects. You're gonna feel the effects of all of that partying and drinking, and where it's going to show up at, it's going to show up in your brain and in your body. You know, I'm glad that I didn't indulge. I mean, I did in my younger years, but I didn't do as much, because I see some of my friends and it's like, it's not good. And you know, as Black folks, but I think it's just for anybody, we're all gonna grow old. We're all gonna age. There's nothing we can do about that. But the things we can do to live a little bit longer is to take care of our bodies. Don't just put any and everything in your body, because it's gonna show on the outside. Whatever you put on the inside, it's gonna come out. It's gonna show on the outside. So when he had the heart attack, he had to have he had to have open heart surgery. And this was yesterday, but he's doing fine. Everything was okay. But it was an eye opener for me, because it was just like, wait a minute. And this always happens to people when someone close to you gets really sick and get close to death. But it opened me up, and it really made me think about my own mortality. But and you know, I used to work in the funeral business, so there's nothing you can tell me about death and dying and all that stuff. So I'm cool with that. But it made me really think about my mortality. But not only that, it made me really realize that you have to really know who's for you and who is not. You have to figure that out. Because I'm going to tell you something. You know, when you're young, you're in your 20s and 30s, yeah, you go back and forth with your friends or whatever, and, you know, they may betray you, you know, here and there. Family members will too betray you, and you just get over it. But let me tell you something. Once you cross that threshold of like 45, pushing into 50, and right when you get into 50, you start thinking about that stuff, because you start thinking about your own mortality. And you realize, look, you know, when you hit 40, you're at middle age at 40. If no one told you that, I'm telling you, at 40, you are at middle age. Why do I say that? Because the average human being lives around 80. they live till they get around 80. Not everybody, but the average, okay? So you're already at middle age at 40. Once you start creeping up to like 45, pushing 50, man, you really start thinking about some things, and you really start to say to yourself, wait a minute, I got to start, if these people aren't serving me, or the food is not serving me, if the, where I live at is not serving me, you really start making those pivotal changes. Because I'm gonna tell you something. If the music ain't, if I don't like the music, I won't dance. If I don't like the food, I ain't gonna eat it. Now, you get me in my 30s, I probably would have compromised. But now at 50, I will not. Pushing 50, I'm 49. But pushing 50, I will not compromise. My eyes are now more open because, of course, I have a higher level of intuition. And, I read cards and things of that nature. But now, since I've fully tapped into my gift, I'm really starting to see people for who they are. And if they're not serving me, I don't want them around. I do not want them around. I had a friend reach out to me, and she was saying that, and she's from Texas, when I lived in Texas. She was telling me that one of her kids had passed away. And so it's so unfortunate because we lose people every day. That's part of life. That's the life cycle. That's just life, But if you can, that's my granddaughter laughing upstairs. But we take life for granted. And now, like I said, I'm just at the point where if you are not serving me, I don't want you in my space. If I know you have crossed me, you can never be around me again. I can't. Because now I'm past middle age now. I'm pushing 50. Do you not know a lot of people don't get to 50? Even to 49. And so we have to understand that everybody can't go. Everybody just cannot go. And it's so hurtful because sometimes even your own children can't go. They cannot go. Because even though you raise them right, even though, you like I have 4 kids, right? My last son, he's 12. But I have a 29-year-old, 23, and 19, okay? And I realized that, unfortunately, one of my kids, maybe 2 of them, can't go. They can't go. And it's so wild to me because even though we were, I raised them all in the same household, under the same rules, they were given the same amount of love, they were given the same, nothing was different for any of my children, nothing. But you always got at least one who don't want to act right, And so I really had to understand that everybody just can't go. And yes, it's hurtful. And yes, even like I said, your kids get out there and do stuff that you would never approve of. And because you know what? You've taught them better. You've taught them the right way to go. But they choose to do something else. And so you understand that your kids can't go sometimes. Your mama can't go. Your daddy can't go. Aunties, uncles, they can't go where you're going because of this right here mindset. And when you push your 49 and 50, baby, you start thinking differently about a lot of people. If they're not serving you, baby, get them out the way. Don't spare no expense. Get them out the way, because they can poison you for your second half of your life, wasting your time. You know, even so-called friends do that, waste your time. Even, I'm telling you, and even romantic partners, because they do not understand life. They do not understand how precious life is. And a lot of it comes from they're not making enough money. They're not living the life that they want to live. So they want to just do, you know, they just want to hurt other people in whatever way they can get away with it. Once you realize everyone can't go, it starts to open you up real, man, it opens you up. Hazel, you're too loud. Sorry about that, y'all. Because they go out here, especially kids, they go out here and they do things that you would never approve of. You just wouldn't approve of it. But they make a choice. And a lot of times they make choices because of the people that they deal with. And some of those people have never, they haven't come from a good home or a good upbringing or a good background. And then they get with your children and it's almost like they poison them. You know, especially with social media and all this type of stuff, you got to really watch your kids, man. You got to watch them. You know, and so once they become an adult, you can't do you can't change them. You can't change them. The only thing you can do is separate yourself. So I have learned just these last few days that they can't, it's just some people just cannot go. You got to leave them behind. And even if that means you have to create another family for yourself, you have to create a soul tribe. That's what you got to do. Because if you stay in the poisonous, you stay around the poisonous people that you call family, they'll take you down. And you'll be sitting in the same spot with them sometimes. But not only that, they'll be rising to the top and you still sitting there because they've used you up. No. So that was really an eye-opener. And I really had to put some things in perspective, you know, because it really was something that I never thought, you know, my brother would be going through heart surgery at 54, you know, open heart surgery at 54. So it was really an eye-opener. Take your medication. Take care of your body. Work out. Try to eat the right foods. We're not going to eat the right foods every day. We're just not. It's impossible. And we got so many preservatives and all that stuff in our food. And even if you get organic, it's still something not right about the organic food. So just try to eat the best foods you can when you can. But put an effort in to take care of your body, but take care of your mental as well. And that means if you have to move around for some folks, you got to move around from some folks. Also, I was talking to some people about, you know, the Trump administration and the things that he's doing. I did not vote for Trump. I didn't vote for him. But some of the things that he's doing, I approve of. And I have to say that. Let me tell you why. When he, I guess, you know, started saying that people who are on food assistance can't get junk food, At first, I had a sentiment that, okay, I feel like the kid who's poor can still get a Snickers, can still get a Milky Way, but it goes beyond that. Some of these people take all of their food stamps and all they have in their home is junk food. And then we wonder why people have so many heart-related issues, weight-related issues. Because the government is funding our bad health. So I can understand why he's doing that, why Trump is doing that. Also, I found out that with Section 8, low-income housing in Section 8, I feel like, I was told that they only have 2 to 3 years in the program. Now, I understand it is people out there that need the housing. No problem. But I've known people who would sit in Section 8 housing for 20 years, sit in public housing for 20 years, and will never move because they don't see a reason to move. And so the people who really need those resources, they can't get them because you have people in the program for 20 years, 30 years. That's ridiculous. So it's some things that I feel like he's doing for the greater good of the country. Now, the whole tariff thing, I'm like, okay, yeah, he done gone too far, okay? But some things I approve of. And in light of that, this administration, we see that prices have gone up on food, clothing, electronics, just about everything. Food prices have gone up. That I've seen, food prices have gone up tremendously. So this is killing two birds with one stone, I'm going to say. As a people, if you have family members that need help, and if you put it this way, if you can pool your money together with family members, and if you can live in one household and pool your money together, that's where we're going to be at here in a minute. Because it's getting outrageous. It's getting ridiculous. Now, the issue with that though is this. Not all family members are going to participate in the right way. Just like I was talking about earlier, using the example of my kids. I can't let certain kids come and stay with me because they are habitual line crossers. They are the ones who they'll stay in your house and don't want to contribute anything. Stay in your house and tear your house up. So you have to be careful with certain family members that you can't come to an agreement with them and say, hey, let's get together, let's pool our money together. You got 5 bedrooms, I take a room, I'm taking the master bedroom, Shelly, you take bedroom number 2, Ronnie, you take bedroom number 3, and Michael, you take bedroom number 4, and number 5, Mama gonna sleep in that room, number 5, because it's close to the bathroom, it's close to the full bathroom downstairs. But we have people who are so cutthroat and so dirty and nasty that you can't do it with them. So when you think about, and I had to think about this too, when I was talking to my mom about this, I said to myself, it's a shame because there's certain family members I would never let step through the threshold of my door. Because they have no loyalty. They have no scruples, no respect. They don't even respect themselves. So how are they going to respect your home? Respect you? So that is something that I was thinking about, it's just like, it's just certain family members you cannot deal with. You can't deal with them. You just can't. So, I don't know, fam. It's a lot to think about. I know for me it is. For you, may not be. But for me, it's a lot to think about. Because people may not see it the way I see it, but I'm starting to see the writing on the wall. I don't know if you all have been, but I have been. I've been seeing the writing on the wall for a while now. So, those are just my thoughts. What say you, though? What say you? There was a lot. There's a lot of information. So what say you? What do you think? I wish it was different. I wish it was different for our families where we can bring them in and we can pool our money together with our immediate family, with our extended family, but it's just not that way anymore. Greed has taken over, and disrespect has taken over. So that is all I have, y'all. I will be back with another edition. I am gonna go upstairs. I have to do a members only reading for Seek to See Tarot. Come on over. You can come on over there too. Okay. Cause you know what, over at Seek to See Tarot, I drop a lot of nuggets over there too. It's almost like what I should be talking about here, I talk about there. But at the time, Spirit always, it's just certain things that Spirit want me to say to more of a larger, a larger audience. So, yeah. So today is Saturday, April 12th. It is approximately 8:21, 65 degrees here in southern Georgia. Y'all have a good night. Gratitude, Ashe. Namaste.